Good evening, everyone, and welcome to 2 Minute Warning, episode number 51. Slightly different setup than we're used to here.
It is.
Live in Matt's living room.
We are, yeah, in lovely sunny Wales.
With a special guest.
If you
haven't noticed already.
Yeah, she's going to keep us entertained on 2 Minute Warning tonight. I'm pretty sure of that. We've got a special guest over there in the corner, Jade, my wife, who's going to be laughing along.
Probably, especially if this cat continues
to torment.
continues doing this.
Yeah.
She's about to fall off backwards. That's going to be
That's
the funny
alright.
thing.
That's fine. It's fine. As long as she doesn't knock the drinks over and cause spillage, we're fine. We're absolutely fine.
She can do what she wants behind us.
Yeah.
She can stay away from the tech, that's all. But,
yeah.
Yes, welcome in. There will be chaos over the course of the show, as you'd expect from a live event featuring us two. See you then.
Bye.
But we're actually here to talk about American football, believe it or not. That is the order of business for the day. Week 1 of the preseason is in the books. Watch some of it.
Yeah,
watch little bits of it. So we've got some topics to discuss there. I will warn that this episode of 2 Minute Warning may not be the family-friendly affair that you are used to. That happens when we're actually in person.
Yeah.
IRL, as Reese would love to mention. But should we get started with our first topic of the day?
I think we should.
Because otherwise we're just going to end up playing with the cat for the rest of the stream, aren't we?
Yeah, we could be here for hours.
And cat is a nice segue, actually, because our first topic is related to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yesterday, Tim Tebow was released by the Jacksonville Jaguars, ending a very brief return to football for him and likely ending his NFL career. What did you think of Tebow's appearance in the preseason? Do we think another team will pick him up? Or is he done? 2 minutes. Here we go.
Well, first off the bat is that block. If you've seen it, it was pretty horrific. So
I mean, he almost killed a man.
That's why we got Tim Tebow playing tight end, but not any longer for Jacksonville, unfortunately, for them.
Well, you say unfortunately, but having watched what he actually did in the preseason, I appreciate that he tried to do it and that it wasn't his natural position and that he was looking to kind of break back into the NFL. But I think seeing the way that he caught or didn't catch in that game and seeing him try to block, it's probably good that they've let him go. Do you think that someone else will take a chance on him?
I mean, he's a quarterback. He's never going to be a tight end. He's not built like a tight end. So whether he gets into another team playing tight end, I doubt it. Playing quarterback, who's desperate? I'm pretty sure there's other quarterbacks we could think of that would be better suited.
I think if somebody else were to pick him up as a quarterback, then people would be screaming, hey, like Colin Kaepernick is still out there.
That's what I was getting to be honest.
People would definitely take exception to that.
Yeah.
I think we've proven that he's not a tight end in the NFL. I think he's, given what he has said since on social media, I think he is completely resigned to that fact that he is not a tight end in the NFL. So I do think his time may be done. Is there something else he could possibly do in football? Maybe.
I think maybe TV commentary, something like that.
Well, that's what he was doing already.
Go back to that.
Just commentating college games he was doing before, even during his time in Major League or minor league baseball. Happy trails, Tim Tebow. It was nice to see you again, but
bye.
Altogether too brief. But a lot of QB topics.
We do,
today. I think we do in general on this show. To be honest,
we're kind of like QB favourable, aren't we?
We are a bit.
We don't tend to veer off the offensive line, really.
Yeah, we should probably work on that.
Yeah,
but not now. Second topic. Is the Carson Wentz era in Indianapolis over before it began? Wentz fell injured just as training camp began, pretty much as soon as we finished our last show, his leg fell off or whatever's happened to him. And there are now question marks as to whether he will make it back in time for week 1. Should Colts fans be worried? 2 minutes, here we go.
Carson Wentz. Where do you start with the guy? It's crazy to think that this guy, a couple of seasons ago, won the Super Bowl. Ish. All right, yeah, ish.
He was on the injured list while his team won a Super Bowl. Yeah,
but I think his season could be over.
I remember last year when he was still with the Eagles, right at the beginning of the season. I went and was chatting with someone on their stream who was an Eagles fan about Carson Wentz, and I said, yeah, he's probably not going to last the season.
Yeah.
He hasn't lasted a season yet.
No.
And they were adamant that, he wasn't an injury-prone quarterback and that people had blown it out of proportion and all that kind of stuff. But now, I would wonder if they are actually resigned to that fact. Now that he's not with the Colts and they've with the Eagles and they've got no reason to heap praise on him.
Yeah.
Can we now finally admit that the guy's injury prone and he's not actually going to make it through a season? He hasn't made it into this season. I've made a note of who the Colts backup was. Is it Jacob Eason?
Yes.
Is the backup.
Yeah.
Not exactly starting QB kind of territory.
It's one of those names that float around a little bit with Joseph Eason. But he's not a known name.
No, he's not.
Unless you're really into the Colts, then he's not a household.
He's not taking them to the Super Bowl.
No.
They drafted Erlinger.
Yes, they did.
I think out of Texas.
Yeah.
So a prospect for the future, perhaps, but it's not ready to step in where Wentz was supposed to step in.
No.
There is a small rumor that Philip Rivers is thinking about.
I did
lacing it back up again.
Yeah.
We shall see.
They could be that desperate to have Captain Sidearm suit up.
They may indeed.
Might need it.
Speaking of laces, it's a nice segue
we do
introduce this little prop you've got.
Yes.
Go ahead. Tell us about this.
So, funnily enough about this ball, it's, as you can see, it's Saints. I'm not a Saints fan, as you know, and as everybody knows. Out in the World Wide Web and our 2-minute warning following. So I joined a Facebook group a while back, and they do some fantastic things for charity, but they also do these free giveaways. And I was lucky enough to not even know about it until it showed up at the fucking door. And my wife goes, "The fuck have you ordered now?" I said, "I've not ordered anything." So I opened it thinking, it feels kind of football-y. Maybe somebody's,
Sent you a gift or
sent
something.
me a gift.
Yeah.
But no, a little note in it saying, "Congratulations, you've won the ball. It's Marcus Davenport, number 92, first round pick in 2018 for the Saints." I don't know enough about the guy. He's not had a stellar career, but it was nice
to have something for free, isn't it?
Something for free.
Yeah.
And thanks to the guys that run the competitions out on Facebook. They're everywhere on Facebook, both UK and in the States. So if you want free shit,
there you go. Maybe we should reach out to them for a bit of sponsorship for the show, maybe.
Absolutely, yeah. Definitely, yeah. They're good set of guys. A couple of good people out there that do.
Your laptop in a minute.
I am. It's streaming. It's streaming the show over here, so we can look at. I can look at the chat if I had glasses, because to me, that's a blur and that's a blur. So it's fine. I'm glad I got you here tonight.
I can read the chat. During our last conversation, Bazinga led them. Welcome in. Good to see you streaming.
Yes.
Quinton Nelson probably a bigger miss than Wentz. Yeah. They still need someone under centre though.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's kind of the aim of the game, isn't it? To have a guy throwing the ball.
You've got to get the ball.
They're not going to start a running back at QB, are they?
Well,
it could
stranger
be
things have happened.
well, yes,
But,
yeah.
That 2 minutes has expired, and we'll move on to our next topic. And the Las Vegas Raiders announced on Monday night that they will be requiring proof of vaccination for all attendees of home games at Allegiant Stadium this season. The policy will go into effect for the team's next game in Las Vegas, the Raiders' regular season opener against the Baltimore Ravens on September 13th. Is this a good move? Should all teams be doing this? What do you think? 2 minutes.
I think it's the way forward for safety, really. It's done over here for sports games. You've got to show.
They trialled it during the Euros, didn't they?
They did, yeah. And
I'm going to take this from you, monster.
It's yeah. She's going to chase you now for
Good.
it. But yeah, like you said, they trialled it for the Euros. It worked. I think it's got to be a way forward, surely.
I mean, the only exception, I think, to it being necessary, I mean, if you are somebody who is deliberately not getting vaccinated, then you deserve to be shut out of games as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I just hope there is some kind of dispensation for those who would love to be vaccinated, but for their own health reasons cannot be vaccinated. It's not really fair to exclude those people, I don't think.
No.
But other than that, I think it's a cracking idea. I found it interesting that they haven't said immediately, and I don't think that's because of the Raiders. I think that's because SummerSlam is...
it's this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, because SummerSlam is this weekend. And they are having a full house there. I don't think WWE wanted to enforce the having to have full vaccination there, so they put it off to their first.
I don't think, like with WWE, I don't think they've even done that for their TV.
They haven't done it for anything. No. For NXT, they needed face masks at first, but even that's gone now. So no, I just don't think they wanted to argue with WWE and say, hey, why don't you try and get all of your SummerSlam attendees to be vaccinated? It hasn't happened.
But I think it's a way forward. But obviously, like you said, I think special dispensation for those that can't have COVID vaccine for whatever reason it may be. I think there's got to be some leeway.
Absolutely. Yeah. In general.
Yes.
It's a good idea, though. Yes. Panicked a little bit during that segment because the stream's frozen on the TV. But
that's probably like the cat's killed my laptop.
Probably. It does seem we are still live. I haven't dropped any frames, so we're all good.
No.
And that takes us into our last topic before we go to a little commercial. Topic very close to your heart. Mac Jones made his debut.
He did.
This past week for the New England Patriots in their first preseason game after Cam Newton started the game. He didn't get the start. What did we see out of the rookie in his first snaps? And are you excited for the Mac Jones era when that comes?
Yes. I think him and Cam Newton have built up a good rapport. I think he's definitely not going to be a starter this year.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think Cam Newton is going to prove a lot of people wrong. I think he's got something there now that he's worked. That full off season, he knows the playbook, he knows the staff, whatever. But then the excuses can end if it ends up being shit for him this season.
Yeah.
And then Mac Jones probably will come in. But Mac Jones, he seems all right. He's not putting enough zip on it yet. I don't think I don't think he's got to the speed of what the league is. Obviously, college is it's
a different pace.
It's a different pace. And we nearly lost the camera. But it's gonna be interesting to see what happens, because I think they could potentially use Cam and Mac in the game.
They could,
a dual threat. But he looks all right. He looks like somebody who's obviously a rookie. And that's what he is.
Do you know my feelings on Mac Jones?
Yes.
I don't like him very much, but I think he looked good in the preseason game, and I don't think Cam Newton looked very good at all. I thought he looked pretty bad actually. So I think there is perhaps a prospect for Mac Jones to start during the season. He won't start week 1. They'll give Cam a chance, but I do think come the middle of the season when Cam just isn't getting it done, they might perhaps turn to Mac Jones. He looked like what pretty much everybody expected him to. He was just a pocket passer who would dink the ball to the people that needed it. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't spectacular, but I mean, when have the Patriots ever been flashy and spectacular? They just get the job done, don't they? So.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yes, indeed. And we talked about your rookie quarterback.
We have.
We're going to go to commercial, and when we come back, we'll immediately talk about my rookie quarterback in Chicago Bears, because I'm quite excited about that.
Yeah.
Stay with us. We'll be back in 2 minutes. We may have killed the cat by the time we come back. We'll see you in 2. Be right back. Back to 2 minute warning. Kind of calmed the cat a little bit. I taken away all the things that she was playing with, and she'd find something else, I'm sure.
Nasty Uncle Jez.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she can come over here and be Twitch famous if she wants.
Absolutely.
You know, I've given her that option. She doesn't really seem too up for that. So each cat to their own.
Yeah.
But moving from cats to bears into our second half topics, we mentioned that you were excited about Mac Jones.
Yeah.
I'm excited about Justin Fields, the Bears rookie quarterback, who saw his first action as a Chicago Bear this weekend, taking over after Andy Dalton started the game. You can start off, because once I start talking, I'm not going to stop. What do you feel about Justin Fields' first impressions?
Well, I thought initially, when he came onto that field, he looked to be in command that O-line. You saw what Andy Dalton saw earlier on the Colin Coward show.
Mm-hmm.
That was a load of bullshit.
Yeah, Andy Dalton saying basically, and I'm paraphrasing, can't remember his exact words, but Justin Fields will have his time, but it's my time now. It's my team now.
And what were your words to that?
I think it was something like "fuck off, Andy Dalton, you massive prick," or something like that. Again, I'm paraphrasing there as well.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate though.
Yeah, like Andy Dalton did not look good.
No.
In that first quarter, he was playing against Dolphin starters. They didn't really change the starters when Justin Fields came in. It was only really in the second half that the Dolphins changed what they were doing.
Yeah.
Now,
come and be famous.
The first kind of series that Justin Fields had wasn't good, but that wasn't him. That was on the O-line. You done now? Ow, that's my shoulder. Fully. And as soon as they settled in, it was the O-line really that needed to settle in. As soon as they settled in and Justin Fields started to get comfortable in that pocket and was able to escape and run around, it was fantastic.
Well, you can tell he's been there now in that setup good couple of weeks with the camps, getting to know everybody. He's been a Bears player since,
since he was drafted, basically. Yeah, he was there next day.
So he's been there for a long while in the organisation. I say a long while, it's not a massive amount of time. But yeah, he looks good. And I'm excited for the season. If Andy Dalton does fuck off, then long live Justin Fields.
I think we'll see Justin Fields in a game kind of similar to Mac Jones. As soon as they've realised that Andy Dalton isn't going to get it done, then we'll see him. But it's going to be painful until we get to that point.
It is. And I think I said they might go something like 0-8 or something like that, and then they'll change it.
We'll probably manage to win one game on the back of the defence or something. The defence looked good as well, to be fair,
they do. Yeah.
Despite the fact that we got rid of most of our best defensive players and all that kind of stuff. But hey, we're massively overreaching our 2 minutes, so we'll move on to our next topic. But I am excited, Bazinga. Yes. I'm very excited. And following the Broncos' first preseason game last Saturday, in which both Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater played well, Coach Vic Fangio noted that there wasn't really any separation between the two QBs in the competition between them. However, Fangio said on Monday that it's possible he could name his starter following Game 2 this Saturday. Do we see him doing that? Who do you think gets the start? 2 minutes.
I think this is something we discussed last time around,
it was the big thing that we were looking for in their camp, really.
Is we looked at the team and what had to happen for one to go against the other. If there's no separation, then I favour Bridgewater.
Me too.
Drew Lock, all right, he's okay, but Bridgewater has more experience.
That's exactly my thinking. Bridgewater is the more experienced of the two, so you lean on him. Yeah. Also, Drew Lock has been there. What's this? His third year. Something like that, he's had the opportunity already in the last 2 years. Hasn't really pulled it off.
No.
Give the guy who's fresh to Denver at least a chance to put the team on his back. But they do need to choose someone.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good idea to continue this competition too far into the preseason. No. They need to decide who's the starter, whoever it is, whether it's Bridgewater or Lock. If they're much of a muchness, I suppose it doesn't really matter. But you have to put all of your weight behind one guy as the starter. Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to be suffering come week one when those questions still exist. People are still asking who's the starter. Yeah. You got to give your guy the chance to bed in with his team. You
just don't, like you said, you don't want the overhanging coming into regular season because it just causes that. It's detrimental. It causes that air of uncertainty, and because you want the team to go straight off the bat, you don't want it hanging on a couple of weeks into the regular season where we go, oh yeah, week 3, oh yeah, Drew, you're our QB1, or Teddy, you're our QB1. You want it sorted now.
Absolutely.
And hopefully it'll be sorted for them.
They've got
this weekend.
other things that they need to deal with in that
yes.
team
Yes.
as well. So they can't just focus on the quarterback for the rest of the season. But I'm with you. I think it's Bridgewater.
Yeah.
I want something I had no knowledge participating in. Oh, Rooster Beast won the Battle Royal. There we go. Welcome in. It's good to see you here lurking, Rooster.
I did see the aeroplane coming over the top thinking, who's going to win now?
You can't see the chat, but you can see a tiny little aeroplane flying in from the side of the screen. Yeah, sounds about
absolutely.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of things that are bullshit, since we were last live, the Green Bay Packers have resolved their Aaron Rodgers problem. Rodgers reworked his contract for the next 2 years, guaranteeing his play this season and ensuring that 2022 would definitely be his last with the Packers. The reworking also allows the Packers to trade him after this season without too hefty a cap penalty for them. In addition to this, Jordan Love was injured during the Packers' first preseason game, so it's pretty lucky that they have Rod Gers back in the building. Is everything coming up Green Bay? 2 minutes.
I don't know about that. For Rodgers, it's pretty lucky that Jordan Love got injured, because I think Jordan Love looked, from what I've seen, Jordan Love looked.
He looked all right. I mean, he wasn't in there really long enough to make a full determination.
No.
He got taken out pretty quickly.
This year for Jordan is his second year.
Yes.
And Rodgers is going to be there for another 2 years? Possible.
There's the option that they can trade him away and get value for him from the Packers, and I think that would be the direction that they go.
Yeah, I mean, I've said since we started this. I mean, there was always a big load of BS behind Rodgers and what he was going to do. He was constantly throwing his toys out of the pram, and I always said, and you can look back through the episodes. I've always said Aaron Rodgers is going to end up in purple. It might still happen.
It could still happen. To be in purple, they'd have to wait until his contract expires after the 2022 season. The Packers are not going to trade him to the Vikings.
Oh, no.
That's never going to happen. But if it's completely up to Aaron Rodgers when he turns a free agent in 2 years, which is now possible because of this new reworked contract, then you could see him in purple for sure.
I mean, Green Bay have a history of getting their quarterbacks
pissed off,
and sending them to
teams that
to the Vikings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So anything's possible. Obviously, he's going to play. Does he have another MVP season in him? Does he have that drive to take Green Bay all the way and get another ring before he does go elsewhere? I don't know.
See, the thing for me is they've also given him a little bit of creative control in Green Bay, for lack of a better term. He immediately wanted Randall Cobb brought back,
and that
happened. And apparently they're trying to bring out some other people from the woodwork who aren't particularly productive anymore. So hey, keep bringing back old people to not do very well with the Packers. I'm all for that.
That next one on the list is Clay Matthews.
Well,
so
his time has come and gone. So by all means, bring back Mr. Head and Shoulders, and we'll see what happens there. But it will end in tears, I believe. Okay, our final topic of the day. Looking forward and through the rest of the preseason until our next show, what are you hoping to see from teams in weeks 2 and 3 of the preseason, and all the way through to opening kickoff? Just give me your thoughts. What are you looking forward to? What are you not looking forward to? 2 minutes. Here we go.
I'm looking forward to seeing more of the rookies from all over the league. Seeing if some of these rookies can turn it on now, because some have been misfiring. Mr. Number 1 overall pick,
it wasn't brilliant.
It wasn't brilliant from him. So they've got to resolve that, right? Otherwise, they're going to be looking a little bit stupid because they put all their eggs in that.
Yeah, I mean, there are a few rookie QBs that we haven't talked about today. Yeah. We will talk about them going forward.
Yeah,
but, Justin Lawrence is a good example of yes, he may be the best quarterback
Yeah.
available and may have gone first overall, but if
Yeah.
they haven't got that base around him to make him succeed,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
not going to do as well. The others, Mac Jones, Justin Fields, even Trey Lance to an extent, had those pieces already there and looking to succeed a bit more.
Yeah, it's. I think a lot of it's going to be seen where these rookies fit in, and going and seeing do they progress. Obviously, the cuts are happening already.
We've had some cuts. Yeah, we're down to our final 53 week after next.
Yeah, week after next is the cut off. So, do any big name rookies?
Yeah, we did get a lot of the answers that we asked for in our preseason kind of preview already. Tebow's already gone.
Yes.
We're starting to get some of the QB battles sorted and determined, but I'm still looking forward to see how the Saints resolve their problem. I'm looking forward a bit to how the Broncos, what direction they go, and can that person run with it. And I'm obviously looking forward to seeing more Justin Fields.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see if Dalton fucks off.
Hey, there's still Nick Foles there.
Yeah.
Could bench them both and start Nick Foles again.
Yes.
What could possibly go wrong there?
Yeah. I told you we had the Foles in Singleton Park, didn't I? So
the Foles,
he was there. He was there. Yeah, the Foles was there.
There you go.
So came all the way to Swansea.
So there you go. That was our first IRL.
Yes.
2-minute warning. Interrupted by cats.
Yes. Yeah.
Star of the show.
Not too much interruption.
No, she's gone there. And we had a slight dog interjection there. I don't know how much that came through the mic. Probably didn't.
No.
A slight dog interjection. Yeah. But good to finally do this in person.
Yes. Yeah.
And COVID be damned. Hopefully
absolutely, and we're suitably distanced as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we could have got the masks out and stuff, but
it's been a bit like stepping back in time coming to Wales, more so than it usually is, because obviously we eased restrictions a couple of weeks ago. And Wales still haven't done that, so it's like get your masks back out to go to the supermarket. And
absolutely,
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I've done the journey across the border to England and witnessed the monstrosity
nonsense.
Yeah. That is this not wearing your masks, wear your masks, and all that shit. But yeah.
There was a surprising amount of Welsh people not wearing their masks I found in my travels the last couple of days.
I think everyone's had enough, but obviously they're there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Wear them where you're meant to. That's my safety warning.
Arseholes are going to arsehole, no matter what country they live in.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely doesn't matter where they live. But yeah, it's been good. It's been good. I've not seen you IRL for a long time.
About 2 years
now. About 2
years,
yeah.
Maybe even more than
that. And the little ones have grown up, which is funny. I bet it's more interesting for you than it is me.
Yeah.
See my kids go up there.
I mean, I've got my own little three-nager on my hands.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. We're in that stage too. So yeah.
Coming here and seeing your oldest, who's basically a grown-ass man now, and your middle child is already a teenager despite not being close to a teenager yet. So it is interesting.
Yeah. So no, it's we'll have to do maybe if I follow you to Tottenham, we'll ask them to put us up in the press box and we can do 2-minute warning live from Totty House.
Yeah.
This is our plea to the stadium owners.
If not, we can do something ridiculous like record an episode in my car or something. Why not? Just do something a bit different.
Why not? For IRL in the car.
So watch this space for future nonsense with us. But we'll be back on the 5th of September next to do pre-kickoff stuff.
It will be. It's that countdown time of the year where things start to get serious and, like we said, people get cut, teams start to form. It's the road. It's that road.
Yeah. So we'll look at where the teams are at that point. We'll bring out the the record predictions, how
We will.
the wins and
We
losses that we were expecting. We did that just before the draft.
We did.
We'll bring those out, see if we still agree with them.
Yeah.
And I think we'll do something crazy like predict who's going to go to the playoffs as well. Just throw out some
and
predictions.
you'll have a surprise for the viewers as
will.
well. You will.
I
Yeah.
will.
Some proper competition this year.
Some hardware.
Hardware. Yeah.
I was going to bring down the hardware,
Yeah.
but I forgot because
That's right.
that's how I roll. Yeah. So that's our show. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm not going to raid anyone because it's too difficult to do. I can't be bothered. So go and find someone else to watch on Twitch.
Absolutely.
There's plenty of people about. Enjoy yourselves. I've been Jez. That's been Matt. Say goodbye IRL, Matt.
Goodbye, IRL, Matt.
Nailed it.